Greene is proving to also be a thorn in the side of the Georgia Republican Party, which is looking to turn things around after Joe Biden won that state and Democrats swept both those Senate seats in the runoffs. Our next guest warned back in August, the day after Greene won her primary, that she might come to, quote, haunt Georgia's GOP. Joining our conversation, Greg Bluestein, political reporter for the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, who we've turned to on so many of these stories. And once again, your reporting is in the center of the national story. What did you know that Kevin McCarthy didn't figure out until this week?
Well, we knew what a lot of people here in Georgia knew, which was that she had a history of bigoted, racist, anti-Semitic, xenophobic remarks that were already causing all sorts of headaches for state Republicans who were worried about this exact scenario, that it would just blow up on the national scene and act as an anchor, not in the 2020 races for Georgia Republicans, but really in the 2022 races just around the corner here. That Republicans are worried that she will bog down the entire ticket and that she'll be branded the face of the Georgia Republican Party. And while that's becoming true, she's also being branded the face of the National Republican Party.
She is. I mean, was there a hope among Georgia Republicans who've been attacked around the clock, harassed and attacked by Donald Trump, that they would have the fortitude to cut her loose? What would Georgia Republicans like to have seen the Republicans do with Greene?
Yeah, I mean, back when she was running in a very conservative Northwest Georgia district where it's almost impossible for a Democrat to win, there were fears that speaking out against her would alienate President Trump and his most ardent supporters. And remember, this was at a time when Georgia was in the spotlight. It was very close presidential dynamics. And then, of course, the Senate runoffs in January. And so instead of speaking out against her, a few Republicans did, but most Republicans were either silent or they were supportive of her, including Senator Kelly Loeffler and Doug Collins, who are both actively courting her endorsement because they believed whoever won her Northwest Georgia district would end up in that runoff against Democrat Raphael Warnock.
Are Democrats looking to solidify their gains? They've obviously had an extraordinary run in a really tough state for Democrats, Joe Biden winning the state and Democrats winning those 2 Senate seats. I would think if you're a Democrat, Greene really is an opportunity to solidify and make clear that there is one radical party, and it isn't the left, it's the Republicans.
Yeah, and look, and already the state Democratic Party is sending out fundraisers saying, stop Marjorie Taylor Greene. They're using her to paint all Georgia Republicans with the same brushstroke that is the party of Marjorie Taylor Greene. She has become such a polarizing figure here in Georgia as well as nationally that it could be used up through 2022. And look, she also hasn't said she could run statewide in Georgia in 2022. She could be a candidate for Senate or any of the other statewide offices up for grabs because Raphael Warnock, faces another election just around the corner. And so Republicans are worried, too, that she could come in and defeat a more established Republican figure or, just dominate the news cycle, even if she doesn't run, dominate the news cycle and force every single Republican candidate to kind of wear her as an albatross.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.